it up. Now hitting on the performance and ending it off with the performance, this device has that Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 chipset, octa-core CPU, and Adreno 540 GPU, and 4GB of RAM on every single model that this phone came out with, which were 2 different models. Now what I can tell you about the performance side of things is that this device overall, in my opinion, does a pretty decent job at the chipset and the RAM that it has inside of it. I think for 2017 Android phone with 4GB of RAM, it's really not that bad of amount of RAM. I think you're probably going to have an okay experience in that front, but I think when it comes down to the day-to-day tasks, you're going to have a pretty decent time with it. For basic tasks, it's kind of hard to just compile everything at once, but for pretty basic tasks, if you're just, calling people, you're texting people back and forth, you're sending photos, you're going on Snapchat or stuff, you're going to be perfectly fine in that sense. Most phones, almost every single phone I talk about in this sense, will pretty much be able to handle it. It's not really that anything like crazy. Taking it up a notch, if you go and do pretty, okay medium style apps, such as photo editing, maybe doing a lot of photos at one time, maybe you're editing Word documents on your device and you're doing maybe some split screen multitasking, those type of things are probably going to be a little bit slower on your device, and especially with only the 4GB of RAM, you're probably going to run into some problems in RAM management too, so that's another thing to keep in mind. But going up to the heavier intensive things like heavier intensive gaming and maybe some huge video editing capability, I think this phone, that's kind of where it struggles in the most, especially in 2021 because of the Android 11 software. Maybe on Android Oreo is great, but in this time, it's probably going to run into some issues there, especially that RAM management portion. Because the 4GB of RAM, it's definitely not going to do it too well. Games and apps have only been getting bigger and bigger, so you're probably going to run into some problems there. So that's another pretty big thing to keep in mind. So that pretty much covers up pretty much everything that I wanted to hit on in this device.